Our team arrived at this school in Han Yunis minutes after an Israeli strike. Petals of ash falling like snow as what were once classrooms burned. Survivors streaming out and scenes of horror within. Where are you? Answer me, this man screams. In the chaos of the stairway, he finds his sister, searching for her missing daughter. Another man, barefoot, steps through rubble, reaching what looks like a pile of blankets. But beneath, the bodies of his family. 16 people were killed in the strike, hospital officials say.
Most of them are children and women, and about 20 of seriously injured.
Hundreds of displaced Palestinian families had sought shelter in the UN-run school. But Israel's military says Hamas operatives set up a command and control center inside the compound and were planning attacks on Israeli troops. The IDF says it took steps to minimize harm to innocents, including using precise weapons, but has not provided evidence of Hamas activity inside the school.
Allahu Akbar!
More than 45,000 people have now been killed in Gaza since the October 7th Hamas attack, according to the health ministry. That figure does not distinguish between civilians and militants. When the sun rose, our team returned to the site of the attack. Survivors picking through the rubble, trying to salvage their few belongings. Bisan Asdudi lost both her husband and mother in the strike. I have no one left. I swear no one is left. No one. Oh, God. And remember the man in bare feet. His name is Shadi Tafish. He has few tears left to cry as he helps lift the remains of 10 members of his family. Part of an exhausted procession heading to the graveyard, carrying small bodies and praying for this war to end.
Raf Sanchez joins us tonight from Tel Aviv. Raf, these were some horrific images that our team documented, and it's a horrific time for the people of this region. When we see these images, it's hard to imagine that a ceasefire is around the corner or any one leader is going to bring both sides to the table. And yet, is there still hope?
There is hope, Tom, even though these ceasefire negotiations have collapsed so many times in the past. I'll give you a couple of indications of that optimism. Israel's defense minister was testifying in front of a closed-door parliamentary hearing earlier today, and I spoke to a lawmaker who was in that hearing. He told me the defense minister said, we are closer to a ceasefire deal than we have ever been. And what's really notable, Tom, is this is Israel's new defense minister. He's very loyal to Netanyahu. He would not be out there raising expectations if he didn't have the green light from his boss to do so. Another indication, Jake Sullivan, the president's national security advisor, was here in the Middle East last week. He met with Netanyahu. He met with the leaders of Egypt and Qatar. He has gone back to Washington, but he's left behind the president's most senior Middle East advisor, Brett McGurk, and that is being taken as a sign that a deal may be coming together. McGurk staying behind to try to get it over the line. And finally, Tom, President-elect Trump has really injected a sense of urgency into this process. He was at Mar-a-Lago today, and he repeated his pretty brash threat that there will be, in his words, hell to pay if there is not a deal in place by the time he's inaugurated on January 20th. Tom.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.